We need to get the vaccine in as many arms as possible so we can get our kids back in school, so we can get people back to work, and we need to get the vaccine in as many arms as possible. As a pediatrician, pediatricians go through vaccines all the time, and we hear it all the time. My kid is going to get this disease from the vaccine. Are we going to get the disease from the vaccine? Or am I going to get the flu from the vaccine? No. And we have this battle all the time. And now we have COVID. And now are we going to get COVID from the vaccine? The answer is no. And we get this question all of the time. In the Black community, it's worse. It is by all means worse because of the history in the Black community of bias, racism in the Black community. The vaccine does not cause COVID. Our bodies are amazing. Our bodies are meant to fight disease. The vaccine is a messenger RNA. And to put it plainly, when it gives that vaccine, it tells our bodies, look, I'm giving you a message. The message is when you see this disease, fight. Fight. Antibodies, replicate, fight. It's not going to give you the disease. I can't stand Google because we get a lot of people saying, I came in and Google told me this. Google will have you dying. Google will have you dying. And then we have to dispel all of that. This vaccine does not change your DNA at all. It's an RNA, it's not a DNA. Once it gets into your body, it goes away and it just makes that little blip where it tells your body to make antibodies. That's all it does. It does not change your DNA. There's no chip in my body. There is no chip in my body. They do not put a chip in your body. Nobody is following me around. No one can force you to take the vaccine, just like no one can force you to take the flu vaccine. No one can force you to do that. I think that if we can get enough people to take it, the COVID virus is going to dampen enough.
They use it on people as guinea pig, the testing process.
Yeah. The vaccine?
The vaccine.
No, they had to ask people to be in the test. They have to ask people, basically. They can't use you as a guinea pig. They have to ask you to be in the trial. They can't just use you as a guinea pig. They have to ask you to be in the trial.
And were people of color in any of the trials?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. In fact, one of the persons who produced the vaccine was a person of color. It was a Black woman. If we are not pushing to get it in our community, it's not going to happen. We have to be our own advocates to say, hey, we want it here. If you're getting it at your church, that's awesome. But churches can't have that to do. We can get that done. You have to push for that to happen. And you have to have the people who are willing to come in and say, I can give that shot. I can do that clinic for you. Let's get it done. But if you're not your own advocate and you sit back and say, we're not going to do it, my people aren't going to do it, then it's not going to get done.
Right.
You have to be your own best advocate and work together to get this done. So I think that if you get enough people to say, I am willing to take this because I want to see the Black community not in that hospital bed. I want to see my family. I want to hug my family again. So I want to be back in the grips of my family again. If enough people do that, then we will see that decrease, and it doesn't matter if you see some not taking it. We will be back where we were